My name is Suzanne La Forgia. I'm the president of OVAB, the Out-of-Home Video Advertising Bureau. I started my career in advertising sales with a small television network here in the States called Home and Garden Television. Back in 1994 when it launched, it was, believe it or not, a new and emerging idea, and we had to do a lot of convincing of advertisers that people were going to be watching programming of home renovations and gardening and landscaping, and a lot of people thought we were crazy, particularly the programming, but very quickly that team proved everyone wrong, and right now if you don't know Home and Garden Television, then you probably have been living under a rock. So I spent my formative years with that organization and learned a tremendous amount about the consultative sell and educating agencies and advertisers on sort of the power of a new idea and a new media platform. So from there, I was lucky enough to go to other cable networks like Oxygen and the Hallmark Channel, who also were in sort of formative stages of either launching like Oxygen or rebranding like the Hallmark Channel here in the States. After my stint at the Hallmark Channel, I became aware of a company at the time called Hotelevision. And what they did is delivered cable programming into business class and upscale hotels all across the States. And they retained the advertising time on those channels. And the sell to marketers was that people in hotel rooms actually watch a lot of television. And if you're in an upscale hotel room, it's a desirable demographic who, by their very nature, was a light television viewer at home. So here was a new opportunity for a marketer to be in front of their target audience in a really cool and unique way. And so I went to go work for Hotelevision. That team, over the course of a couple of years, changed the names for the hotel networks. And I got involved in what you would call out-of-home television. I didn't think of it that way at the time because to me it was just sort of an extension of a sort of in-home television buy. It was more of a marketing opportunity. I didn't really see that we were falling into a different bucket. Unfortunately, reality set in, and as we were successful in growing advertising revenue by going to clients directly and talking to media planners, we kept hitting walls and being able to really fuel the growth. And as I look back and examined as to why that was happening, it really wasn't the hotel network's fault. It really wasn't the power of or the promise of the media opportunity. It was the fact that the hotel networks didn't live in a quote-unquote existing bucket in the machine of what I call the advertising and marketing community. So we weren't quite television, in-home television, and we weren't quite out of home because we delivered 30-second spots. And I love to tell the story of talking to television planners and buyers, and one of their immediate questions of a media property, a television media property, is how many households are you in? And I would say none, because I was in hotels. And they would look at me like, what? And therein lied the problem. It was, we weren't that thing that they could check the boxes off that they were normally checking the boxes off. So while myself and my team, we were able to grow pretty respectively, that was a major hindrance. And then one day, as I was reading, I think, Advertising Age, I saw a blurb about some companies that had gotten together to form this new industry association called OVAB, the Out-of-Home Video Advertising Bureau. At the time, I wasn't really focused on talking to outdoor groups or out-of-home buying groups, because I had 30-second spots, and that didn't get very far with them. But I saw the promise of what industry groups, or when industry media comes together to drive common language and best practices. The cable industry did it when it launched. The internet industry did it when it launched. And quite frankly, I wasn't aware, beyond one or two of these other companies, that there were other media companies out there in the sort of out-of-home space fighting for advertising dollars. I just wasn't aware. So it was a little eye-opening for me. So I called my boss at the time and I said, we need to join this organization. So we were one of the very early members of OVAB in early 2007. And so became involved, and in fact, the story goes that eventually I became treasurer through a series of sort of weird things happening. But in either case, I was very involved in the association while having my full-time job at the Hotel Networks, and became very close in working with the then president of OVAB, Kim Norris, who was great in establishing the association, attracting new members, and sort of getting everything sort of running. A lot of our early success is due to Kim's efforts in that way in our board of directors. So she was so good that she actually got recruited back into the for-profit industry, just shy of being with OVAB for a year. And for me, it actually opened up an opportunity, I think for myself personally, to still be a part of the industry and be involved in OVAB, because I really enjoyed what the group was doing, and still be a part of that consultative cell, which I always just loved to do from my Home and Garden television days. So I was fortunate enough, as I lobbied the board of directors, they offered me the position of president of OVAB. So since February of 2008, that's where I've been. And we have been, as I like to say, sort of flying the airplane as we're building it. We are a fast-moving organization, and it is a lot of fun. Despite sort of the economic realities of 2009, we think it really fosters tremendous opportunity for the industry to grow and learn and consolidate and emerge from the economic downturn even stronger. So I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary, and the mission has always remained the same, which is to make it easier for the advertising and agency community to evaluate, plan, and buy these networks, and that will continue to be our mission moving forward, because it's still not that easy yet. So everything that we do speaks to that mission.